The Apollo program was the third U.S. human spaceflight program carried out by NASA. It landed the first 12 humans on the moon from 1969 to 1972. The Apollo program followed Projects Mercury and Gemini.
Apollo 1 was the first manned mission during Project Apollo, meant to launch on February 21, 1967. During a pre-launch rehearsal on January 27th, a cabin fire erupted and killed all 3 crew members. Apollo 4 was launched in November of 1967. It was an unmanned rocket that was sent up to test all aspects of the craft for future manned flights.
Apollo 5, launched in January 1968, was another unmanned flight that tested the lunar module, which would allow the craft to safely land on the lunar surface. In April of 1968, the final unmanned test flight launched. Though Apollo 6 had some malfunctions, the craft's design qualified for a manned flight.
Apollo 7 was the first manned Apollo flight. The craft completed a full orbit of Earth before returning. Apollo 7 may have orbited Earth, but Apollo 8 was the first manned flight to have ever left Earth's gravity, and also the first to successfully orbit the Moon.
Apollo 9 completed the first crewed lunar module test. Apollo 10 was a practice run for Apollo 11. All operations for the Apollo 11 mission were run, except for the actual lunar landing.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Apollo 11 was the first mission where humans walked on the lunar surface. Experiments were performed and samples were collected to help us better understand the Moon. Apollo 12 was the second mission in which humans walked on the Moon.
Apollo 13 was supposed to be the third mission that put humans on the Moon's surface. However, damage was caused by an explosion and lunar landing was aborted. Apollo missions 14, 15, and 16 were all successful missions in which humans walked on the Moon's surface. The lunar rover was used in missions 15, 16, and 17.
Apollo 17 was the sixth and final mission in the Apollo program. It ran successfully, with the collection of more samples and the completion of scientific experiments marking the end of mankind's time on the Moon.
In 1961, the Apollo program was funded about $110 million, testing America's use of major technology. After ending in 1975, this program became extremely successful as we became the first humans to ever set foot on any extraterrestrial landmass.